People, as in humans, are becoming needed lesser and lesser these days. I just walked up to a fast food restaurant and I saw the sign, see the times that they're supposed to be open. They're supposed to be open. Go to the door and the door is locked. I see one of the workers working on the inside of there, but they see me trying to open the door, but don't say anything to me. I proceed to let it go ahead and get into, my car so I can go through the drive-thru. Get to the drive-thru and it's just like, waiting, one, robot thing, waiting to take your order. So I'm thinking that once I say, yes, I'm ready for them to take my order, that a human's going to pop up. No, my whole order was actually taken by a robot. It was taken by AI or some shit. The only human interaction that I had was at the end when I paid for my shit. It might seem small, but honestly, it starts there. It really does start there. My career as an executive assistant, I feel like for a long time has been being taken over by machine learning, by AI. It's just a thing. Like it's just inevitable at this point. I don't want to be replaced. I don't want anybody else to be replaced. At least not in my lifetime. So, what we gonna do about it, y'all?
You talk about work productivity as U.com's objective. What does that mean? And I guess the question is the same. Is there any limitation on work productivity that we're going to see, given the fact that I can command AI agents and robots to just do anything and everything and self-improve along the way? It seems like we're going to hit sort of an infinite GDP at some point.
Yeah, there's some areas of AI where AI can actually get into a self-training loop if there's a simulation of something and anything that can be simulated, AI can solve everything in that areas. For instance, chess, the game of Go. You can perfectly simulate it, hence the AI can train and play with itself billions and billions of times, create almost infinite amounts of training data, and hence solve every problem in that domain. What are other domains that we can perfectly simulate is programming. If you can, programming languages can be run, and then you can simulate the outputs, obviously in a computer, and then the AI can get better and better and eventually get superhuman in terms of programming. But where I can't simulate things infinitely many times is in like customer service, right? You can't have billions and billions of customers kind of ask about all the different things that can go wrong with the product that you're sending. And so in those kinds of areas, the limits are going to be on data collection. Can you actually fully digitize the process? I often joke like plumbers are probably the safest from AI disruption because no one's even collecting data on how to do plumbing, right? And you like crawl somewhere, get different pipes. No one's having GoPro and 3D sensors and robotic arms and so on, collecting data for that. So that will take much, much longer. I think in terms of work productivity, a lot of us are going to become managers. A lot of current employees that are individual contributors are going to have to learn to manage an AI to do the kinds of work that they do. And it turns out managing is also a skill. Not everyone is a good manager from day one. You have to really explain to the AI how you do a certain kind of job. And what we've seen with, for instance, a really large cybersecurity company called Mimecast is they've had 200 seat licenses using their product, and then we did a workshop with them and actually explained to all the different groups, like, this is what you can do. And some of the marketing can say, well, I usually get this long product description, and then I have to describe it for these different industries in an email campaign, and I have to write 3 tweets and 3 LinkedIn messages, all this stuff. And we're like, well, just say that to this agent, and then the AI agent does it for them. They're like, wow, now it's like 6 to 20 hours of work every other week just got automated by describing this workflow that I used to do manually to an AI agent. And I think that will change pretty much all work. And
thank you,
pretty much
fast.
This is Isaiah 19:15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And these are indeed the times that we're coming into where, the WEF, Klaus Cotton Swab saying you will own nothing and be happy, man. And you'll basically be on UBI. They'll give you as much money as they deem fit for you or credits. How you have your social credit scores, you'll have your food rationing and what have you. And this is what the wicked is coming up with, man. So first and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakal Kadash, I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation to my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To all, I want to say shalom. And I'll prepare this lesson be edifying to the elect. So I came across this article a couple days ago from Natural News, and it says World Economic Forum report warns 41% of companies planning to downsize and replace workers with AI. Right? So if people aren't able to work and make money for themselves, how are they going to survive? And I was having a conversation with my wife the other day, and she was like, why I don't understand why the people that basically depend, the welfare recipients and things of that nature that depend on the government, why they get so much. And I was like, well, it's all a part of the wicked's plan, because if they know that you depend on them fully, that means in order to keep certain benefits, you're going to have to do certain things. For example, take the jump shot, shoot the free throw, the serpent's venom, man, so they, and ultimately you're going to have to take that MO to the TB, man, that C-hip. That's what this is all coming down to, because you won't be able to work. You won't be able to make any type of money. You won't, because there won't be any jobs, just like the scriptures say. So how are you going to live? So that means you would have to depend on the government or Esau to help you, when Esau doesn't give anything for free, and that's how they're, trapping up the people, man. This is all strategic, and we're not ignorant of this devil's devices, man. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, if we were not ignorant of his devices, right? And this is why we give these warnings, so you brothers and you few sisters can be aware of what's going on. Ephesians 6:11, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. When you look at that word wiles, it goes into methodia in the Greek, which means the methods, the cunning arts, right? The scriptures talk about he is more cunning than any beast of the field. Talk about Esau eating the so-called white man. They lay snares for us, So this is one of their many snares that they're laying right before our very eyes, taking away the workers, man, so that they can introduce UBI, which ultimately then they can link that to, social credit scores and carbon tax and, ultimately the MO to the TV, man. So let's read a little bit of this. So it says the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2025 warns that 41% of companies globally plan to downsize their workforces by 2030, and that goes that 2030 agenda, due to AI automation. Clerical roles like postal and payroll clerks and executive secretaries are the most vulnerable to be automated. Creative and knowledge-based roles such as graphic design and legal work are also at risk due to recent advancements in generative AI. While AI threatens many jobs, 77% of companies plan to reskill employees, and nearly 70% aim to hire workers skilled in AI design and collaboration. The future job market will prioritize technical expertise and adaptability with opportunities in human-machine collaboration. So they plan on having everybody, pretty much go along with it. This is the future, according to these devils, of humanity, mixing man and machine, blurring the lines between technology, and people, man. Basically attempting to make Esau a god. That's what this is all about, trying to somehow go around the Most High and all His creation, man. Why else would a group of people be making lab-grown meat, GMO foods, making babies in a fucking, what you call it? Can't even think of the name of it. But basically making babies artificially without a actual womb. Esau is trying to play God, man. And the Lord Bahasham Yahawashi is gonna destroy them for all this wicked shit that they're doing. Because it's all artificial. It's not real. It's man-made. It's not given from a higher power, man. It says the World Economic Forum has warned that 41% of companies worldwide are planning to shrink their workforces with the help of artificial intelligence by 2030. This is according to the WEF's Future of Jobs report for 2025, which notes that nearly half of jobs traditionally performed by humans are at risk of being automated by AI, just like the Jake at the beginning was talking about with the fast food spots. And it's the same thing when you go to grocery stores. See the kiosk, and you could just go up to the kiosk. You don't actually have to deal with anybody, period. You walk in there, you bring your groceries, you scan them, the shit's talking to you. You pay. You could pay with your card, or or you could pay cash, and it gives you the cash back, and you don't even have to make eye contact with one person if you don't want to, And with social media, like I always say, social media has made people antisocial, man. A lot of people don't even know how to even look somebody in the eye, like simple things, that you're supposed to already know from being, a child. People are just awkward, just staring at their phone all fucking day, just dealing with technology. So the elites have planned this very strategically, and they have been gradually getting people used to only dealing with technology. So when they roll these things out, the majority of the people are already going to be on board. So they'll have least resistance. They're going to be, resistance. But the majority of people, just like there wasn't much resistance with the CV, they just went along with it because they're used to just going along to get along. As long as they can have their bread and circus, and as long as they can, have their little creature comforts and do this and do that, the people are pacified, man. And it's been the same way since ancient Rome, man. They entertain the people, keep them entertained with bread and circus while they do all their wicked shit in the background, and most of the people don't even know and don't even care to know, which is gonna lead to their destruction, man. Let's get that, man. These people got a lot of shit coming to them, man. That's why it's important for the prophets to come out and give warning and be watchmen of these things that are coming, because a lot of our people, the Israelites, they're just not paying attention, man. They're not aware of these things. And the Lord sent out the prophets last, man, to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, and to, as the scriptures say, let's get that on my mind. Let's see. Let me see. But I just seen it. I think it's in Ezekiel. Here we go. Ezekiel 35:2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Who's Mount Seir? The Edomites, man. Just like the Israelites, in the scriptures talk about Jerusalem, right? It's a people before it's a land, man. So when it talks about Jerusalem, it's talking about the Israelites, and right here, when it talks about Mount Seir, it's talking about the Edomites. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate, man. And that's what's coming to these damn devils, man, because all this evil shit that they're doing. Proverbs 22:3, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, right? And we hide ourselves in this truth, man, under the names of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. And that's the point. But the simple, right, the ones that don't want to take heed, the ones that fan the hand, the one that think, the Israelites that think they know better, or think that we're crazy, or think that will never happen, that Babylon, will survive and go on forever, or whatever, that Babylon will be healed, that go down to Egypt for help, that trust in oppression, those Israelites, 2/3 of our people, it says, but the simple pass on and are punished, man. And that's what's that's what's coming down the pike, man. A lot of destruction to the people of the world, man. So let's see. Let's get actually have the report on the future of jobs from the WEF, their actual website. It was published January 7th, 2025, the hopeful year of deliverance to the elect of the nation of Israel, and the hopeful year of destruction and judgment to the Edomites, man, the so-called white man, woman, and child, man. So it says the future of jobs report 2025, and it says so I'll start from here. It says broadening digital access is expected to be the most transformative trend, both across technology-related trends and overall, with 60% of employers expecting it to transform their business by 2030. Advancements in technology, particularly AI and information processing, 86%, robotics and automation, 58%, and energy generation, storage, and distribution, 41%, are also expected to be transformative. These trends are expected to have a divergent effect on jobs, driving both the fastest growing and fastest declining roles and fueling demand for technology-related skills, including AI and big data, networks and cybersecurity and technological literacy, which are anticipated to be the top 3 fastest growing skills. So pretty much have everybody focused on, AI, robot, based skills, because the regular, skills that, like a factory worker could do, or even like the post office and sorting, the mail and different things of that nature. Even chefs, to a degree, are gonna be obsolete. With these devils, with everything that they're pushing forward, man. It says increasing cost of living ranks as the second most transformative trend overall, at the top trend related to economic conditions, with half of employers expecting it to transform their business by 2030, despite an anticipated reduction in global inflation. General economic slowdown, to a lesser extent, also remains top of mind and is expected to transform 42% of businesses. Inflation is predicted to have a mixed outlook for net job creation to 2030. While slower growth is expected to displace 1.6 million jobs globally. These two impacts, on job creation are expected to increase the demand for creative thinking and resilience, flexibility, and agility skills, man. So there you have it, man. These devils are, putting all the pieces into play. This talks about postal clerks, secretaries, and payroll clerks most likely to have their jobs taken by AI. Even like the tolls, the tolls on the road, on the highway. I still remember, man, that was probably about 10, 15 years ago, maybe more. Here in Massachusetts, they used to have, different people sitting. There was a lot of Jakes that worked there. And, you just drive up and, give your money or whatever. And they were good paying jobs. And then they took all that away and just set up cameras. And all they do is take a picture of your license plate and send you the bill in the mail. or you get the little transponder in your car, and it scans it and it just takes it right out of your bank account, man. You know, so you already see where this is going, man. And this is why, this is how they're going to issue in, you know, things like universal basic income, you know, and they're going to be able to use that as a means to control the people, because if you don't have no way of making money, you still got to eat, you still got to drink, you still need a place to stay, and all of these different things. So that's where, you know, the good old government will come in. But in order to get these certain things, they could lay out a criteria for you that you have to have the jump shot, you have to live in a certain section, you maybe have to live in a 15-minute city, you know, all these different things, you know. So this is how the devil wanted, you know, one of the many wiles of the devil, man. And prophecy said that these things would happen. You know, let's get this, and I'll finish off on the main scripture. So this is Psalms 37:12, and it reads, "The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming." And these devils know that their time is short, man. That's why all of these things are speeding up. They're talking about 2030, you know. But in order to have everything done by 2030, that means they have to be putting all these pieces, you know, together before 2030, you know. So it's all set up, you know. So they passing a lot of laws. You know, Trump's talking about he's gonna sign 100 executive orders. So we'll see how that plays out. You got Elon Musk in there, and Elon Musk has the Neuralink. So there's a lot of things that are happening. A lot of pieces that are being put together. World War III is popping off. Sedition among men is already there. They already been talking about famines, shortage of foods. You know, different problems with the Panama Canal and shipping, and so there's a lot of things that are in play as we speak, man. And we know that the return of our Lord and Savior Yahawashi is very nigh, man, because all of the things that the Lord said would be happening are happening right before his return. It says Psalms 37:14, "The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy." Who's that? The Israelites, man. "And to slay such as be of upright conversation," man. Who's what? The elect of the nation of Israel, right? They seek to slay us, man. "Their swords shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken," right? So as the scriptures say, "He that diggeth the pit, the same shall fall therein," man. You know, the Lord said he's going to have them in straits, you know. So these devils, their plans, they're only going to be able to go so far before the Lord throws a monkey wrench in their whole shit, man. And this is Ecclesiastes 12:3, and this is the time that we're in right here, man. "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble," right, the economists, "and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease," right, the jobs, "because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened," because most people are seeing that there's no future here, man. "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low," right? So you're already, since CV, lots and lots of stores, big stores, have closed, and many, many more are closing, right? There's more and more, especially here in Babylon, different big cities, you know, there's lots of buildings that are just empty. You know, they got, you know, available for lease on the window and shit like that, man. But it's just, they're all closed, you know. "And the door shall be shut in the streets," which means less jobs. Less companies equals less jobs, right? Unemployment, more unemployment. And as these AI, you know, these robotics and what have you, they continue to come out more and more, and they have self-driving cars, and they have Amazon talking about having drones drop off shit. Well, what about all the Amazon drivers? So you're just going to fire all of them? What about all the UPS drivers? What about all the USPS drivers, right? The mailmen and women. So all these jobs, you know, people that have been working there for 20, 30, 40 years that don't even know how to deal with technology like that, they're just going to be asked out. How are they going to, how is it going to fare for them, you know, trying to learn how to work on AI and, you know, use ChatGPT and shit like that, man? You know, a lot of them could barely use their phone. You know, so Esau's doing a lot of wicked shit that's gonna get a lot of people jammed up, man. That's why it's important to seek Yahawah Yahawashi while they may be found before the evil days come. They're coming, man, and it's gonna be bad, man. You know, it says a time such as never been since there was a nation. Daniel 12:1. You know, Jeremiah 30:7. You know, the time of Jacob's trouble, man. But he, the elect, shall be saved out of it. Why? Because they trusted in Yahawah Yahawashi, man. And ultimately, they were predestined, to be the elect from the foundations of the earth. So that's why we, as coined by the beloved apostles and elders GMS, we call ourselves of the hopeful elect. We hope and pray that we're of that precious number, that Yahawah Yahawashi keeps us until the end. It says the scriptures say, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. So we hope and pray that we're of that precious number, man. That Yahawah Yahawashi take not their Holy Spirit from us, man. That's a sincere prayer from, a lot of the brothers, man. And the scriptures say that the prayers of the righteous pierces the clouds, man. So we know when we're being sincere that our prayers are indeed being heard, as long as we're sincere about it. Ecclesiastes, and we'll be protected in these times. Ecclesiastes 12:4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, right? So, waking up early in the morning, filling out job applications, going, asking around, you got any jobs available, blah, blah, blah. But they ain't going to be able to find them because there's less and less jobs, and more and more companies are closing down. And a lot of these companies are turning to AI because they don't have to deal with people. They don't have to deal with people calling out. They don't have to. It takes less to run it, less money. And as the price of everything continues to go up, that's going to be something that a lot of these companies are going to consider, man. I had just seen a news report the other day. It was a restaurant in, I believe it was in New York. But he was talking about the price of goods. And it was like a particular tax that they had to start paying. He said he wouldn't charge the consumer because he would have to charge them, the tax, which would mean like if a burger was normally $10, now it's like $17 or something because of that tax in order for him to make the same amount of money. But he didn't want to do that. So what happens if he's about to lose his business and somebody approaches him and like, oh, well, you can get a couple of these robots, these Tesla robots that can actually cook the burgers for you and maybe assemble some of them, and you could even have one or two of them serve the customers. So now you don't have to pay these people right here. All you need to have, instead of 7 people working for you, you can have one person working for you, and he controls the make sure the robots all are good, and all you got to do is just charge them, make sure they're programmed, blah blah blah. So a person like that would consider. So those 8 people are now out of a job. And if they do that all across the country, all across the world, you could already see where this is going, man. And those people still need to eat. They still need to feed their families. They still need to make money. And that's where it comes in UBI. And ultimately the MO to the TB, where you will not be able to buy or sell unless you have that, And the only way you're going to be able to get out of that without getting the MOTB is a trust in Yahawah Yahawashi, man. So there's only 2 ways, man. You either go down to Egypt for help and get destroyed, or you trust in Yahawah Yahawashi and get delivered, man. Point blank, period. And it says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, which also proves that we're in the end times too, because the music is absolutely trash, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to, blow the trumpet in Zion, give warning, that the times, that we're coming into are very, it's imperative that you seek Yahawah Yahawashi and trust in Yahawah Yahawashi and build up your faith, which is the point of these lessons, is to edify, which means to build up, your faith and trust and belief and Yahawashi, that they will put their hedge of protection around us, and they will take care of us, when these troubling times are on the horizon, man. So I hope and pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning. Find this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I want to say abba ball and kwam yasharala. Hey, shalom. To the next one.